Good morning. Hey, it's Sunday morning. We're back on the driveway after our last trip. When we bought this RV, it had a belt squeal. The place we were getting it from said, oh, it's the alternator, blah, blah, blah. They put a new alternator, new belt on it. We just took a 1,000-mile run with it, and belt's starting to make noise again. I'm going to go start it up. You can hear the noise. It makes it more when it's cold, and when it's warm. Once it warms up, it goes away. But we're going to tackle this. We're going to figure it out. I'm guessing, because they were being cheap, it was the alternator, but I'm guessing that the tensioner, when you replace the belt, maybe you should replace the tensioner. I'm guessing the tensioner is weak and the belt still slips. But we're going to go see. Let me fire it up and you can hear what it sounds like. There you go, nice and quiet. Watch when I rev it. All right, you heard that. So what could it be? There's a couple idlers down there. There's an idle tensioner. We're going to dig into this and see by pulling off the belt. So we're going to pull off the belt and we're going to see what's loose and what's not. We're in no hurry for this project. We're staying home for a while, so hey, we're good. But let's go pull it apart and show you step by step. Now to get the belt off, it's a 1/2-inch drive and the idler is way down there, and we're going to show you where that's at. But first this has got to come off. So taking the air filter off is pretty easy. You pop this kind of comes out of here. That's easy. Now I got a lot of space to get in there and work. Bee nest. Maybe I picked that up on vacation. Wasn't there when there's 2 of them. Here's another one. So I found another one. Got a few of those. So when you open up your air filter assembly, you want to think about this. That's a big hole there that birds or something could build a nest in. We'll be apart for a few days. So I'm gonna do this right here. That'll keep any bugs or anything out of that part of the RV. We're just gonna put the air filter assembly we took off. We just put that in the cab. We're gonna try to get in there. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show you how I get in there, but I do have this stool. So, because it's tall, I gotta have a stool. I'm too short. I won't be able to show you a lot, but here's a tensioner here. Looks like maybe that one's new. This is the tensioner here, where we put the wrench in right out there, 1/2-inch drive, to force that up to let the belt loose. Then we can see what kind of shape that's in. We'll have to get a stool to work on this. It's kind of up there. But that's where we're at. As you can see, that's a brand new alternator. You can see all the little covers, the colors there from where they put it together at the factory. So we're gonna have to work on that. But let's go get a 1/2-inch bar and see about getting our belt loose. All right, so our belt came off pretty easy. You look at the belt here. Doesn't really look that bad, but it does have a little wear on it. All right, I don't know if you can see that. Belt actually looks pretty good. We'll put a new one just for grins. But meanwhile, we're gonna go look at all the pulleys and see if we find any play in any of them. Gonna spin that idler tensioner one first. Look where the light is. See the 3 bolts? I think you can see those 3 bolts. There's one underneath over there, one up top. Not sure that you see that one very well, but that's what we're gonna do to take the tensioner out, and we should be all set. So let's go at it. No way I can get me and the camera in there, so like and subscribe, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, tensioner's out. Now, there were 3 bolts. This thing was in the RV like this, all right? Here's where your wrench goes to do the tension. You can buy just the wheel, or you can buy the whole thing. You can see my wheel, when I spin it, stops real fast. But here's the big thing. Don't know if you can hear that. But there's a bunch of rock. See that rock? So this bearing's going dead. That's what that is. So we're going to get a new one. In our case, we'll keep this one part, but we're going to buy a whole assembly. This one runs the vehicle, so in case anything ever happens, this becomes part of our spares. But we'd be buying a new one. All right. So we're going to go to a place online maybe, or at the auto parts, depending on the price difference. If it's 60 at one and 50 at the other, I'll just spend the 60 bucks to get at the auto parts. If there's a big difference, 20 bucks say, maybe then I'll buy it online. But I like to buy them local when I can. So it's either Napa or probably Rock Auto or A1 Auto or something like that. But hey, don't forget, like and subscribe, post notifications on. We'll get this to get back together as soon as we get the rest of the parts. We're also going to get a new belt because the belt has some wear on it. Oh, hey, we're back from the Napa. We got a belt. One of the things we're going to do with the belt, I'm going to get the old one. We're going to compare it, make sure it's the same. Other thing we got, bought a brand new tensioner. It looks like it came with some instructions, but not sure why we would need instructions to put this in. I mean, we know we took it out. We know we got, you know, you can see now this spins really nice. So we're believing that's it. There's still a little play in here, which kind of concerning, but well, I think we're okay. It's brand new. So we're going to put this on. It's going to go on this way, right where the other one came out of. You can see it's got the square hole here to drive it. They did give you instructions. We'll read through them real quick. One of the first things we're going to do, open up the belts, pull the belts to see if they're the same size. And they look pretty much the same size. I don't know if you can see there. They're pretty much the same size. You can also turn them this way. See if the ribbing looks the same. The ribbing does look the same. There doesn't actually look like there's a lot of difference between the two. So I don't think we have too much wear on the belt. But we're going to put the new one in. We'll kind of let that hang over here and kind of stretch itself out. We'll put this in. Got our ratchet to turn it. We got the 3 original bolts here that came. So let's get in there. I'll see if I can get you in there, but not sure I can. No, I'm not sure you're going to see anything there. This kind of drops down in just like the old one was in there. We can try to get one of the bolts through. Ain't going to be easy. At this point, we got the bolts tightened up, these 3 here. Now, the belt has to be folded over and go through here to go around the AC compressor. Here's the key right here. You have to get the belt through there. Here, I'll put the light on there. See that between those 2 wheels? You gotta stick the belt through there with the ribs on the inside to get it through there. Then you can start bringing it around everything else, okay? But that's how it's got to be. That's the hard part right there. So we'll get to it. We won't be able to show it to you. Pulling the new tensioner, it was extremely tight compared to the old one. We had to use the big breaker bar and that pipe to get the leverage. Keep in mind, we took it off with that one. So look at the less leverage we had to get the other one released. We'll still carry that as a spare. It'll still run the vehicle, but it ain't good, that's for sure. So we're gonna get the air cleaner back on and fire it up. All right, so when you put this on, go see, I got another video changing the air filter. Shows you how to put that on. So we're on, we know everything's in the right spot. So, moment of truth, we're gonna turn it over. after I start it up, I always like to look and see if everything's running good. Everything is tracking exactly as it should. Let's give it a rev. Don't forget to like and subscribe, all right? Hey, we did a serpentine belt and we did a change the tensioner. The tensioner was the key. The old tensioner was really loose when I pulled it. The spring was definitely shot. Now you heard it. Hey, I went almost to 4,000 RPM. I went 3,500, no squeal. Before, heck, I couldn't get past 2,500 without getting that. So we're fixed. What we will do is keep our belt, carry it as a spare. This belt was almost new anyhow. We'll keep the tensioner with us because we know that it'll run it if we need to. The big thing is we're going to have to add that short piece of pipe we used for the tensioner to our toolkit because we know now you ain't getting it off without it and you ain't getting it back on without it. Now you can put a big box wrench over them and pull them that way. There's ways to make it work. Not as safe as the bar, but the bar worked well. So don't forget to like and subscribe, post notifications on. Fixing your own RV saves you money. Hey, I spent on this, about $70, $80. All right, got a brand new belt and a new heavy duty tensioner. Like and subscribe.